King Jammies from the top. Same rhythm lion. Rastafari, this is how we do it in the 80s and the 70s. Beanie Man, Moses Davis. Selassie, I know, and I see Johnny Osborne at the back of the scene. We throw me on the door and we no call no foul. Suppose you want to pick it up, is your business. Oh yeah.
Good evening, it's Chris Must.
It is you.
I'm with a very special man, a man that really needs no introduction. This is King Jammy, and I'm at King Jammy Studios. I wanted to leave this walking up to the actual studio B-roll because I felt like it was vital to historically show where all these great artists have walked. See, the same ground that I'm walking on is the same ground that the artists walked on their way to record such legendary tracks. So let's get into the interview. And King Jammy, I appreciate your time. Man, I got a new friends here in Waterhouse. Stay tuned.
Forgive me, I feel like I've just stepped into royalty. Amazing, 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 amazing.
Yeah.
Wow.
You can have a seat over there if you want.
Yes, I'm in awe. Wow. I guess you already know how legendary you are in Jamaica. I tried even using your name to get here.
I don't know why.
And as they love you so much, they still wouldn't. The taxi driver still wouldn't bring me.
Because I'm bigger
In
elsewhere in the world than Jamaica.
Yeah, but because I'm in Jamaica right now, I mentioned to a few people that hopefully I'm going to get an opportunity to see you today, and they were all very excited.
You're running now?
Yes. I try to document as much as I can, and then chop it all up along the way. What do you call this? Just your studio? Is there a special name for it?
Room.
Yes.
King Jammy's recording studio.
Okay. And when did you go from being a prince to a king?
Well, long time since King Tubby's died.
Yes.
Bonnie Lee was the man who named me Prince Jammy. So he said, Prince Jammy, now you become the king because I used to work at King Tubby's studio. That's the photograph there.
Okay.
That one in the center there.
Yes.
That's King Tubby's studio.
Okay.
Yeah. So I used to work there, and I was a prince because King Tubby's was the king.
Yes.
So he died, and I had my own studio, after that, and Bonnie Lee just said, you should name the king now because, the king is no longer here and you've been doing the work for the king,
Right.
So that's how it came about.
Wow. I can only imagine how many artists have come through.
Yeah, man, no. But it wasn't started in this studio here, I have other studios downstairs.
Okay.
But
always the same corner? Right where we are here, Waterhouse?
Yeah, same corner. Same.
Why Waterhouse? Are you born in this area?
No.
No.
I was born in Montego Bay, St. James, but I moved to Waterhouse and I moved to Kingston.
Yes.
Because my dad used to work in Kingston. And for him to come to Montego Bay, it used to be a lot of problem because he has hard work up here to do. So he just moved all his family to Kingston.
Okay. What you don't know is over the last 2 days I've been wandering around Waterhouse alone and asking people who are the local celebrities. And your name always came up first and foremost. So I know the great respect that they have for you.
Yeah.
Yeah, amazing. And so how long have you been at this physical location where we are right now? Like this room, this studio?
This room was created about almost 20 years now.
Okay. And give us an idea for those people that don't know your full resume. Who are some of the great artists that have stepped foot in this room? I know it's too large to
Not
number.
this room
Yes.
particular, but this premises.
Yes.
On this location.
Yes.
A lot.
Yes.
Greg Razak have just released a brand new album with Greg Razak's friends.
Okay.
It's a series I'm doing. I did it with Black Uhuru and Friends because I first recorded Black Uhuru.
Okay.
I first recorded the album Black Sounds of Freedom. Then I did it with Dennis Brown and Friends. Then I just done it with Greg Razak and Friends. Then next year I'll come with another one.
Yes. So there's no
It
stopping
could be
you.
Half Pint and Friends, it could be anybody.
Okay.
Because of all the artists.
Yes.
It's true. We are passing through. What a whole heap of guan. A whole heap of guan. Well, you see, Bunny General, the original goat man. Original long time foundation. Don't you know, say be the man, say me a real bad man. Long time in there, you know, say me a real top man. Josie Wheel there, you know, foundation original long time. Lieutenant Sitchy, the real Christian. So everybody knows, say man a fee marshal. Me there right now, fi baptize no one. Me there right now, fi heal treat no one.
I feel like I'm almost in like a spaceship. There's so much to look at, and I see some of it is aged. Are you still using technology like this?
Well, let me tell you why. Because some people still has analog tapes.
Yes.
They have to transfer to digital.
Okay.
So I have the facility for that.
You're ready.
Yeah.
And how often are you still here at work recording now?
Every day.
Yeah. So are they mostly local artists or they're international artists that come?
Well, I most do local recording, but I mix internationally.
Okay. So they're here. They actually come into the booth here and record.
Yeah.
You're not going to give us a little name drop in for the audience? Like who's somebody that you're currently working with?
As a lineage, that's the new act on the scene.
Okay.
The female artist, and I'm also working with Interest. Those are two of my artists that are signed to King Jammy's label.
Okay.
You know, and I mean, Azaline is her name out there because she has been on tours, Rotterdam Festival and all over Europe.
Okay.
Interest is the younger one who is just going out there, you know.
So what does it take in order for an artist to, for example, catch your attention? Is it the ability to write a song, to perform the song?
No, you have to have talent, you know.
Yeah.
And I can hear the talent because I've been on this for a long time. So
yes.
I'm experienced. I have the experience.
And Jamaica has so much talent.
Definitely.
Yeah.
I alone can't manage all of them, you know.
Yeah.
That is why Buju Banton slipped away from me.
Yeah. Is he the only one?
When he came to me,
yes.
We had Admiral Bailey, Lieutenant Stitchy, Papa San, all of those big acts. So we couldn't drop him in right away, and he couldn't wait, you know.
So he went elsewhere.
Somebody else get him.
Have you remained in contact?
Yeah, of course, definitely. But I'm a dupes. I'm a friend, man.
Yeah.
Brethren. Yeah.
And maybe you give me an idea when you hear an artist for the first time, you can tell if they have what it takes to become international.
Well, I know what I'm looking for.
Yes.
Right.
But how do you word that?
And from then, from there, we'll move them to international standard, because no other's gonna born with an international standard because they don't know the game. So you have to teach them the game to be international.
Yes.
That's something you have to learn.
Yes.
You know.
Yes. And you got that. You have years and years of experience.
You can born with a talent, a great talent, but you have to nurture that talent to be what you want it to be.
And do you believe that somebody like you is required most of the time? Is somebody that has the experience to bring you to the next level?
Well, definitely you need a good producer, a good management, everything like that.
And the reason I ask, not only when I travel through Jamaica, but I travel through the world, I meet so many, what I believe to be above average talent musically. But they always ask me, like, Chris, what should my first step be? So any information you can share with me as to what you think the first step should be, I would love to share that with my audience, because I believe there are so many talented people out there that don't know the path or the journey to success, and it might be holding them back from, who knows, a potential future in music.
Okay, what I look for,
yes,
first and foremost, is a good quality voice, good quality vocals, because, if you don't have good lyrics, we can get first people to write songs for you. But I'm looking for good vocals. If I have good vocals, then we can turn it into a gold mine.
What about the ability to, like, the charisma or the ability to perform? Like a Michael Jackson had that ability to entertain.
Well, that goes with it, but the performance come after. Yes. Because you don't perform when you're just learning the trade.
Yes.
You perform after you come professional in the trade, or when you come advanced apprentice in the stage.
Yes.
So that's when you perform. But when you're learning the trade, the vocals are very important.
Yes.
That comes first because you have to record songs to put out there, let people hear about you.
Yes.
Make videos, let people see who you are.
Yes.
And then now performance stage now is after that.
Say everybody know I wanna try understand. Say your music a go on. Me say your music a go on.
Well, I'm Moses, funny. My name is the Lieutenant Chief. But me mommy and me sister, them a call me Cindy. And now which part me come from in a Spain town city. Have birthright connection to the Almighty. So a piece of paper provide me with a pen.
Now, Lieutenant, you are the Christian, but I one thing more wife. After I man went to a dance a Clarendon, me and a big fat thing named Pam. Dreadlocks as me reach as.
Is there anywhere that you've been at anywhere else in the world, period, that has the talent that Jamaica has? Like the average talent, no matter what neighborhood I go in, I hear music, I see dancing.
Well, I've never been anywhere in the world to live other than Jamaica. And I mean, just visiting a place, you can't know if there's talent in the whole country.
Right.
Probably there's talent in that area, that village or so, but you can't take that and judge the whole country. But I'm living in Jamaica, I'm born in Jamaica, I know that talent is all over Jamaica because you know what? I used to do audition to get talent.
Okay.
And the audition people came from all over the 14 parishes of Jamaica.
Yes.
So I know that Jamaica has a lot of talent.
Yes. I can confirm that. Again, there's nowhere that I've been where I haven't found somebody with like extreme talent. The kind of talent that my goosebumps, my arms actually get excited to hear them hear them perform. It's a great honor, you know. I've heard your name from Canada, recognize your name, and going through Kingston and all of Jamaica to continually hear your name and have the opportunity to be here with you. It's a great,
I used to live
honor.
in Canada for 6 years, and I lived in Canada because I have some of my kids born in Canada.
Okay.
You know, and they are producers in Jamaica right now. John, you know, John was born in Canada. Christopher CJ was born in Canada. You know, Sharon was born in Canada.
You got 3 kids in 6 years in Canada. I think you really like Canada. Have you been back?
All the time.
Yeah, you go. Okay. Do we have a big Jamaican community? No doubt in and around Toronto.
Yeah, man, I know. And they know me a lot in Canada, I know. They know me well in Canada.
Yeah, I believe it.
Very popular over there.
Can I say something? I'm also very popular in Canada because of my Jamaican videos do so well.
Yeah.
When I go to Eglinton to eat, all the Jamaicans are waiting around my car to get a photo with me. I'm really excited. You
know George and Monica Records?
No, I don't know.
In Eglinton?
No.
Monica Record Shop?
No. No. I haven't bought a record in many years.
Yeah, but that's the most famous.
I'm gonna have to check it out. George and Monica. Okay.
Yeah.
I go there to eat my curry chicken and my stewed goat. I'm seeing so many different photos here. Maybe you can explain this one here. I noticed the crown. What is this photo about?
That was when they crowned me for the first time. Sound System Award crowning.
And how old? You look very young there.
I was a teenager then.
Okay. So what did it take in order to get crowned on that specific day?
Well, because I've, been playing out in the area and the people, like what I do, And I was the number one sound, apart from King Tubby's.
Yes.
King Tubby's used to be in the area, but he played outside the area most of the time. So I used to live in the area and play in the area.
Okay.
So that's why I got that crown, for being consistent in my area.
Yeah. And were you ever an artist? Did you ever come up with music yourself, or you're always sort of behind the scenes?
No, well, I in 1981, I went to America and I had a son born in America from my same wife, and I was there for a little while, and these guys from there was a band in Chicago named Blue Rhythm Band. And they heard about me, that I was in America, and they called me up and they got my number from VP and called me up and said they want me to come and mix an album for them. This album was supposed to be mixed in Curtis Mayfield's studio in Chicago. So I went. When I went and I listened to the tracks, they weren't ready for mixing as yet because they weren't complete. So they need some harmonies. So I sang the harmonies on the album, and that was when I could sing. You know, my voice is different now.
Right.
Because I'm 76 now.
Yeah.
I was about 20 something that time.
But you have the heart of a 21-year-old man. I could feel positive energy.
Yeah. And I went and I sang the harmonies, and after singing the harmonies, I said, we need some more things in this, you know, overdubbing. I overdubbed some percussion and some horns. They had the horn section, so I overdubbed the horn section for them. I tell them where we need the horns and the plates.
Okay.
The melody that we need and everything like that. Cause I'm also an arranger, you know, so, you know.
Do it all.
I do it all, yeah.
Now, out of all these big artists that you worked with, is there somebody that sort of stands out as being the full package? Like when you hear them above and beyond everyone else?
Well, I've worked with a lot of great singers, but a complete singer, to me, and a complete person, artist, musician, you know, is Johnny Osborne. Okay. He was living in Canada also, you know, and we were friends from before, from Canada. So when he joined me back in Jamaica now, we started to do our projects, and they're all successful.
Now, is that born talent, or is that coach talent, or
born talent?
Born
talent, yes.
So you believe
He's like a comedian sometimes.
Okay.
Yeah.
There are people born with the talent, just ready.
Yeah, he's born with talent.
Yes.
He sings, he plays instruments, he does everything. He's a complete
package. And now, do you, because of the level of your experience, do you have people reaching out to you from all over the world for you to work with them? How does it work?
Definitely.
Yes.
A lot of people from all over.
Blasted face, beer money scatter all over the place. A Babylon one dip him on in our waist. So I'm an off a button with me big 38 hear me now, dread. Leg on me and gate, man, and me come in, Lord. Leg on me and gate, man, and me come in. You sleep under my cellar when my liver popping. And anything me eat it up with ice cold and green. Me beetroot, me ackee, man, me cabbage and green guy. From last week you don't change your clothes and you know save a piece of water hose.
And we just do the work, and I mean, I produce artists in Africa, artists in England, artists in Mexico, all over. I produce Spanish, I produce, you know, African language, everything.
Yes. Where do you find time to do anything else? This is what you're doing every day?
No.
No? Wow.
I find time at home.
Yes.
You know, I find time at home. I have a lot of birds at home.
What type of birds?
I'm a nature person.
Yes.
Tropical birds like ringneck.
Okay.
Amazon parrots. I have all of those talking parrots.
Yes.
I have parrots that talk to me and I talk to them.
Yes.
I teach them that. You know, I find time to do that at home.
Yes.
I feed my birds.
Yes.
Before, the reason why I couldn't come before,
yes,
I was home feeding my birds.
So we know with on level up priority, Christmas list is way below the birds. You know, I was in Egypt. I go to Egypt all the time, but in Cairo about 6 months ago. And as I was driving through this little area, I looked up and I saw this great big scaffolding into the sky, and I could see birds. So I knocked on the door, and the gentleman was nice enough to bring me up. He had 6,000 pigeons, and he let me hang out with him for the day, where he lets them go, they fly, and he signals them, and they come back. And once in a while, the wrong pigeon will land here, and he's got this net. And the name of the game is catch other people's pigeon and make it your own. And I found a love for birds just by watching how much joy the birds brought this man. I'm like, I like birds now too.
Homing pigeons, they call them.
Yeah, but amazing to see. With the equipment nowadays. This is your board, I presume.
It's an analog board, but I also have a digital over there.
Now, do you find it different? I've been into a lot of studios where they actually prefer the analog versus the digital.
Yeah, but I mix both of them together.
Okay. So if somebody was recording right now, where would your position be?
Right here.
Sitting down?
I would yes, sitting down, taking the voice.
Yes.
Sometimes the voice, we take the voice through the board here.
Yes.
Sometimes we take the voice through the computer.
Okay. And did you find it difficult to learn the digital because you've become accustomed to analog, or?
No, well, I was one of the first person who went digitalized in Jamaica.
Okay. So, second nature now. Is this the only studio room that you have here now, or you still
we
have?
4 studio rooms here, but 2 are complete, and 2 of them are under construction,
Okay.
renovation, really.
So no retirement. You're gonna keep working.
After, that's my love.
Yeah. More than a love.
Apart from God and my wife, this is more than a love.
Yeah. Yeah. As a married man of almost 20 years, I completely understand. But she must be very supportive for you.
Definitely.
Yeah.
She's a part of me, part of the business. She's here with me every day.
Yeah. Does she love the music and the business as much as you do? Yeah.
Sometimes she tell me which tune is the better, which is a good tune to release.
Yeah. What's your wife's name? We have to say thank you.
Mama Iris.
Mama Iris.
Yes.
Well, Chris Muslet says, Mama Iris, thank you. The world thanks you for participating and supporting such great music. You got to help me. You got to name drop a few names, the big artists here, because I know that's what people are going to want to know. Who would you say is the biggest, the pinnacle artist that you've worked with, whether it's at this studio or another studio?
Well, I tell you something, I don't look at artists like big in size, like who can do this more than who, because all of those artists are great singers in their own rights.
Yes.
So I don't know how to categorize big artists. This is a big artist and this one, because I would suggest that the songs that they made are bigger tunes than some.
Yes.
You know?
Yes.
But the artists themselves, all of them are big, because all of them make great songs.
And when you hear an artist, let's say, sing a song, can you tell right off the bat it's going to be a hit?
No, we can't tell directly it's going to be a hit.
Yes.
But we can suggest that this song sound like it's going to be a hit.
Okay.
But we can say it's a hit.
Yes.
Because I've made bad songs. When I say bad songs, I mean good.
Good songs, right.
Very good songs. And they don't hit.
They didn't, yeah. Well, I did my research, and I found a photo of hand-painted names, some of the names that you worked with, and there's maybe like 100 names on a brick wall I can add it to the video. So there's no doubt as to your resume, and you're very humble.
That was in my, that wall that you're talking about.
Yes.
Was in the studio here now, on the
Okay.
wall. We used to paint all the artists' names.
Yes. And
in my office now, I have a big almanac of artists that I made.
Yes.
A photograph, big like that,
Yes.
square there. Having all the artists that I made back in 1985.
Yo, me nah brag and me really nah boast. But right up on the internet, people a post. So Josie Rell and Luton and Stitchy we nah boast. But Budgie General come hold the mic and toast.
Many woman, many man, many boy, many girl, many diamond, many pearl, many people in the world. Many things that them wicked, many things say that them mad. And many one come test and see they know them dead like that. What if a DJ call with him, we send the whole of them in the mag. And tell them Jammys liar and the bad, so all around. Molly's and Bonnet, pull it up again, King. I want to them, man.
I don't know if this is globally, but the government of Jamaica,
Yes.
they gave me the Order of Distinction 18 years ago.
Wow. No doubt that's important.
Yes. And I've gotten a lot of, awards from England, Japan, all over the world.
Yes.
I have trophy like sun in my down there.
Everywhere.
I don't in the office. I don't have anywhere to put them now. I'm making a museum now.
Wow.
This new building, part of the building is out there.
Yes.
It's my museum that I'm building.
Wow.
You know?
So people can come in
and view
learn more.
all of the works that I've done throughout the years.
Yes.
And I'm going to have a theater that I have all my documentaries that I've done. I've collected them, and we're going to make a film,
Right.
so we can show them back in my theater here.
Yeah, it's amazing. To be around somebody that's accomplished so much and still has the motivation to keep working. Incredible.
Can't stop, and I just had a serious surgery 2 years ago.
Yes.
I've done a triple bypass surgery.
Wow.
2 years ago, so I wasn't that well, throughout the corona
Yes.
episode there.
Yes.
But I'm feeling much better now.
I have a question that might be a personal question. I don't know how comfortable you feel answering it. Mm-hmm. Me, myself, yesterday was my birthday. I turned 45. And as I get older in age, I feel like my time is more important. So I don't want to do certain things that. Basically, I try to eliminate certain things in my life that are not going to get me to the place I want to get to. I just feel like my time is more worthy. Music to you today, is it more important than it was to you before, or is it equally as important?
Well, I tell you something. Music is always important to me because that's my life.
Yes.
Well, I wasn't doing music in the first season. I was an electronic person. I used to build amplifiers. I even wear my own studio. I fix my own equipment, something like that.
Yes.
But music captivated me in such a way that, music, as the true book says, music alone shall live. It
Forever.
Music is a thing that really captivates your mind. If you don't even love music. Okay, so for instance, there's a new release of a song. Came out last week. And you keep on hearing it every day. Maybe when you just hear it the first day, you didn't like it. But because you keep on hearing it every day, you put in years, you get to love it.
Yeah.
So that's how music operates. Music is a thing where you can't not love. You have to love it.
Even a special event in your life might become associated with a song. That's how my mind works. I remember certain things. Either it's a positive response or a negative response, but either way, that's how I fall in love with music.
And even my sound system. I love my sound system because it brought me into music.
Yes.
Into production.
Right. Well, part of the story that I read about you is that you were fixing and building amplifiers, and that's how you built your first studio, or that's how you got the funds to build your first studio?
Well, yes, partially. What really happened is that I used to work with King Tubbies. And while working with King Tubbies, I said to myself that I want to have my own studio.
Yes.
I don't want to have to be working for anybody forever. So what I did some production at King Tubbies, and I went to England, me and Striker Lee, and I did some business there. I didn't get much money, but what I did, I bought some equipment. I brought back the money for the artists, their share. Mm-hmm. I used my share, and I bought equipment to build my studio. So that's where I started.
Okay.
Start my own studio. And Buddy Lee was the first person to record an album in my studio. Mm-hmm. And that was a Beenie Man album.
Yes.
That was when I was just training Bobby Digital to be an engineer. Wow. He didn't even know to take a voice,
Yeah.
I was sick. I had pink eye. So I couldn't go in the air condition. Mm-hmm. So my room door was just next door with a door between the studio and the room. So I just opened the room and said, "Oh, Bobby, press that button and do that and do that and do that,"
Yeah. And it worked.
He got through to work.
Yeah. Amazing. This is a dream come true to me. To learn, I'm addicted to learning, and I find music as I get older has become very, very important to me, more so than ever before. I met a gentleman in Seaview. Seaview is not too far away.
Yeah, man,
when people see me with a camera around Jamaica and the world, they often ask to have the ability to showcase their talent musically, knowing that there's a possibility millions of people will watch the video. Mm-hmm. And there's people I met in Spanish Town, that now are like household names because of my videos, not because they've been played on the radio or they're on TV, but because of the videos. But I recently met a man named Acoustics that can play a guitar, and when we met in Seaview, it started to rain. And never in my life have I been so impressed by a man's voice. I don't know if it's because where I was and it was raining and we're under this little metal thing and the sound of the rain. But he's become a good friend first and foremost. And to me, he's the most talented man that I've ever met that has not already blown up. I've met a lot of big celebrities. So maybe from a personal level, Acoustics, where would a starting point be for a man that has great talent? That does no management, there's no distribution, never been on the radio before, but he's recorded a few songs, and he has the gift. Where would a good starting point be for a gentleman such as that? And that's for anybody listening from around the world.
At King Jammy's studio?
Yeah.
That's the best starting point. Because that's how we break artists.
Yeah.
We never know who was going to be. We never knew who Admiral Bailey would be.
Yeah.
We never knew who Lieutenant Stitch would be.
Yeah.
We never knew none of those artists would be Wayne Smith.
Yeah.
Bounty Killer would be. Until they came here.
Right.
You know, I'm gifted to breaking out new artists.
Yes.
New talents. That's what I'm gifted for.
Yes.
I've worked all my life to break new talent.
Yes.
Because you see what really happens. When you keep on recording the same artists that everybody's recording,
Yes.
you don't have anything new coming.
Right.
You understand? It's just as if your father was a carpenter and he didn't taught you the trade. So when he died, there's nobody know what he used to do.
Yeah.
You know, so I do different.
Can I pull out the phone and give you? You can listen for 10 or 15 seconds and be honest and say, Chris, you're crazy, or Chris, this man has the ability to go somewhere.
Yeah.
I'll put it. I wasn't planning on doing this, but I'm like, I'm with a legend, and I might be with the next big superstar. Let me put this on right here. Acoustics, I hope you appreciate that I'm doing this for you. He's a real gentleman, no doubt. Let me see. Okay, this is a Bob Marley song. 10 seconds so you can hear it, and then I'll put on his song and tell me what you think.
Bad.
The praise.
And then have goosebump.
Man, I'm telling you. You know, I've never been on this musical mission before, but with the goats were walking around, it was raining, and he's just pulled out his guitar and started.
You better tell him to check me.
Yeah. Well, he's gonna be very happy to see this. If you don't mind, I'm gonna play one more original song, 20 seconds.
Yeah.
So you can see something he's written. So he does have a video out. The problem is he's getting
I know the beauty about
300 views.
He plays the guitar.
Yeah, and everything's written.
He's gonna sing on key.
Everything's written by himself as well. Here's one more song he has. You'll see more of his charisma. And the song is called Relationship. He doesn't want a relationship. It's never been heard on YouTube.
This song?
Yeah.
Maybe I can make it up places for him.
Yeah.
Because I'm hooked up with a lot of record companies, you know what I mean? And
yeah. As a man I met a week ago, he's been by my side every day. He's like, Chris, my video that I did shot 200,000 people saw it. The video. He's become a little local star. People know his name and shouting him out. He's got such talent, though. And I'm glad that you could see the talent, because I wouldn't have brought you something that I didn't feel.
Yeah, man, I'm of talent, definitely.
Yeah. So what's the chance before I leave next Monday I can bring him down here and introduce you to him?
Of course, definitely.
Yeah.
I'll give him a number and make him call me.
Yeah. I'd love to make that happen.
I want to arrange some time for him to come.
Yeah.
If you can't make it when you're here, you know, probably when you're gone, you can't come.
Yeah, from a financial standpoint, I don't want nothing. I want to see the man succeed. Good people deserve to win. Yeah. And this guy has talent, right? So I'm sorry to get off track a little bit. I thought this would be the perfect opportunity. Any last words of wisdom you can share with the whole world?
Well, the whole world needs peace and love. We need peace and love once more.
Yes.
Everywhere in the world, you know, it's pure wars, pure rumors of wars. You know, it's not good. Pure killing. I don't like that kind of vibes at all. I'm a peaceful person.
As am I.
You know, a loving person. I was grown in that background, and, you know, I just like to see, you know, continue that way.
Yes.
You know, this war, and not only countries fighting against countries, but
people against
brothers fighting against brothers everywhere in the world. Jamaica, Africa, America, You know, everywhere you go, you know, those things are happening. I don't know what's happening, why that just, you know, come about.
Yes.
Probably we are living the manifestation of the Bible, because some place in the Bible told you about wars and rumors of wars and, you know, children having children and all those sort of things. As most of those things we see happening now.
Yes.
You know, we need to draw up our socks and start look at that.
Yes.
You know, and this whole climate change that is going on now also, I'm very concerned about that. Because as you can imagine, the time is so hot now. 10 years ago, we never used to have those sort of heat.
Mm-hmm.
And it's because of the whole global warming, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Too much emission going in the ozone layer and damaging it.
Yeah.
So we need to correct it.
Clean up our act.
Yes.
Most definitely. Well, to the king. I'm here with the king today. This is a big interview for me. I've never sat with a king before. I thought you were going to come with a crown. He's too humble to have a crown. But my last request will be if I can grab a picture with you, so I can put on my wall. I have my own little museum at home of people I've met along the way. But my friend, it was a great honor, and I greatly appreciate your time and your knowledge. Hopefully, you guys have learned something. I know you have. And if you're one of the few that haven't heard of the King Jammy Studios, I'll leave links down below so you can learn more. So again, I greatly appreciate your time.
And it's an honor to talk to you too. And thank you very much for coming. You know?
Sir. Yes.
And I have to big up all the people in Canada
Yes.
and the rest of the world who are King Jammy's followers. All who are not my followers, big up same way.
Yes.
Yeah.
I appreciate you. Thank you so much.
Yeah, welcome.
Them think we gone, we not gone. We just a get ready. Lord God knows the Jesus say. Man, 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 man,
We love Be the man, be the man. Now, we love, now be the man. You're the youngest of us all.
The lights off. That could be my conclusion. Do you shut the lights off?
These lights?
Yeah. From outside or inside?
Outside, yeah.
Okay. Maybe if you don't mind, I'll just catch you shutting the lights off.
No, the guy will come in here.
Oh, he'll do it. Okay.
I don't do that. He come in and he do that. Because what we do,
Yes.
we leave some of the lights on for the camera purpose.
Okay. So the surveillance.
Yes, because of if we turn off all of the cameras,
You can.
lights,
Yes.
the switches in here, it will turn off the main source. Some of the lights can be feed right here.
Yes.
If you can put it
Yes.
there, you see some of them fading.
Perfect.
But those are just the faders.
Yeah.
But the
For
main
the
switches-
sake of my edit, it will do it.
Yeah.
It'll do the job.
The main switches are here, right here.
Okay.
But they know which one to turn on or which one to leave off.
Don't blame you.
But this is something I'm getting ready now to do. A surgery on my knee.
Okay. To make it
Both of them, but I'm going to do the right one first. Arthritis, that
Making
damage
it
my knee.
difficult.
They can't be repaired.
Does the heat make it easier or harder?
The heat,
Yes.
well, I don't know what makes it easier.
Yes.
I know whenever, like I'm walking, I'm feeling a lot of pain.
Okay.
And I don't want to take too much painkillers.
Yes. Stay away from that.
They gave me a lot of morphine when I was taking this surgery. Painkiller injection.
Yes.
They had also give me some high power painkillers because they didn't want me to feel any pain. And I really, I didn't feel any pain for the heart surgery.
Yeah.
But this now is the hottest pain I've felt.
Right.
Yeah, man.
I've had knee problems myself.
Yeah, man. we keep playing on. I'm playing to that I can take, but I don't want to take it too much. Sometimes I just rest. And sometimes I'm on my bicycle
Yes.
until I feel like a hour and ease me. If I fell out again, start.
So this, you said there's a museum you're going to build. Is it
Yeah,
this?
this building
This
there.
building? Okay.
They go right back over there.
And how long until this is going to be ready?
Next year,
Okay. I'm going to be here. You mark my words. I'm here for the opening celebration.
not to be great.
It's a good reason for me to
Have
come
the
back.
number, you have my number.
Yes.
So we can link. Yeah.